was growing up as a kid, I always remember I had many interests, a huge imagination, and a need to always ask why or how. And I never really knew anybody that was like that I could look up to. That was until I discovered Joseph Rogan, the commentator from the UFC fights that I always used to watch. Had a podcast, and I ain't gonna lie. After just watching one interview of him and Mighty Mouse, I was intrigued, bro. You feel me? I went down a crazy rabbit hole. I stayed up for the rest of the night watching JRE. I mean, bro, the guy was into conspiracy theories, MMA, cars, hunting, boxing, space, animals, literally everything, bro. The dude was like, he was like the coolest guy in the world. I ain't gonna lie. And I would be lying if I said I didn't miss watching the Joe Rogan experience. But I'm talking about before the Spotify deal. Before he became the political lightning rod. You feel me? I'm talking about the guy I discovered at 2 a.m. when I was 11 years old. And one episode turned into five. And then five turned into an all nighter. And then suddenly, I found this adult who made it cool to be obsessed with just learning about stuff. Like, you feel me? He wasn't like polished. He wasn't insanely polished, or he wasn't campaigning for any politicians yet. You feel me? He wasn't trying to win arguments. I mean, he was just interested in literally anything that his guest was talking about. Like, you feel me? And if you were a curious kid who didn't really have people to talk to this stuff, like I didn't have nobody to talk about MMA with, and when what it was 2017, like nobody in my family gave a fuck. Nobody cared about MMA. Nobody cared about space or like animals. You feel me? It kind of felt like finding your people. Like back then, I feel like the show wasn't like the Joe Rogan Experience wasn't like content, bro. It felt like a doorway to like this universe of just complete randomness, bro. Like, like one day you're listening to one of his unfunny ass comedian friends talk about bombing on stage. Then the next day he's talking to I don't even know, bro. A radioactive scientist, some crazy shit, or like the Neil deGrasse Tyson explaining how small the universe really is. And then the next episode, he's talking to a fighter breaking down their fights. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Then the next episode, he's talking to a war criminal. Like, it was just random, bro. And it was the first time I saw an adult male be openly obsessed with learning. Like, he wasn't even doing it for school or for money. Like, he was just simply doing it because he thought the world was interesting, bro. He was doing it for the love of the game. And if you were like a kid or a teenager who was curious like me and didn't have a mentor like that in real life, that mattered more than people want to admit. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna say it, bro. That podcast raised a lot of us. I'm gonna keep it a beam. It yeah, bro. It made me curious. Like it made me feel cool to be curious. It made me realize that you don't have to pick just one identity, because that's something I always struggle with. Like I was always into MMA, boxing, basketball, football. I like fashion, animals, nature, space. Like I like everything. Like, and I don't know. It just like felt like he could get a guest on and just talk about anything, no matter who it was. He would just have a conversation with them, like he just knew them for like 10 years. That's why I think his shift felt so weird, because I don't think it's that the show got worse. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I seen he just had. I watched the one that came out today. Like I watch if it's like an MMA podcast, or like if specific guests. Like I watch if he has like um Shane Gillis on there. But it has to be like really specific guests now. Where back then I felt like I could watch like anything. Like he's still bringing on good guests, and you feel me. I think the problem and the shift really stemmed from his curiosity, like taking a back seat. Like I don't really know how to explain it. You just had to really be there, and I just feel like every episode, like I said, felt like a new world. And that's part of what made the show, that not part, that's literally what made the show so special. The variety of the guests and how different they would be. But now it just feels so fucking predictable, man. Oh my goodness. I'm tired of these unfunny ass comedians from the Austin scene. Some random Republicans, and then some random person that me or you have probably never even heard of. And it feels like every episode, no matter who the guest is, he's gonna find a way to talk about politics and or AI in literally every single episode, no matter who the guest is, bro. I mean, I know absolutely nothing about Jelly, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I just seen like recently he's like I seen he's like getting hate or something. I think he like, I forgot. It was like a leak video. I don't give a shit, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. But I know for a fact that motherfucker should not be on a podcast talking about his Bro, he should not be on a podcast talking about politics. Like, let's be honest. Who genuinely gives a shit about Jelly Roll's political stance? You feel me? And I'm not saying don't talk about politics. You feel me? Because we absolutely need to be talking about what's going on in the world. You feel me? Free Palestine, free Sudan, and fuck ICE. You feel what I'm saying? But the way Joe Rogan talks on his podcast is I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't feel like exploration anymore. It feels like just positions. Like in old episodes, it just sounded like a guy that was genuinely trying to talk and have fun topics and just learn. And now he's just saying, he's like, well, here's what I think. AI, man, AI. I'm telling you, it's either gonna save the world or it's gonna destroy us, man. It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. Like, bro. And then I don't know. It's just like it's just weird because there's like a time when he would sit across from someone he disagreed with, and you could see him. He was trying to like understand their world, and he wasn't like trying to debate what they were saying or prove that his belief was better, but he was just simply trying to understand. And I think that's what made millions of people really feel like it was okay to not have everything figured out yet. You feel me? Now it feels like every episode it's so crystal clear he has a side, bro. Like like I'm telling you, once everything has a side and you stop going into conversations open minded, I think the conversation is over before it starts. I'm not gonna hold you. And maybe the real reason it bothers me isn't even about him. Maybe it's just because the podcast used to be a place where I went to chill and listen to this guy have genuine fun conversations. Like now it feels like the algorithm is just in there, and it's just him and his billionaire buddies, bro. And they just took a fucking Men in Black machine and just wiped his whole curiosity, bro, and just made him forget who he once was. But let's close this out talking about the most important part of the Joe Rogan switch up. How much of a casual he's become when it comes to the UFC, bro. It's an ongoing joke to joke about like calf kicks. Look his leg, man. That leg is beat up, man. Or how steel cups help with arm bars, or bro, the guy thinks he thinks MMA fights, UFC fights should take place on a basketball court with like a mat on it, bro. Like, I don't know. Joe Rogan is just like his boss Dana White, bro. They have become so out of touch with the UFC. It's insane. Like, I probably can't show a clip on here, but I don't think it's just like when Ilya Zapori was fighting Bryce Mitchell. I don't think he really knew too much about Ilya, but he was like, nah, Ilya wants nothing to do with Bryce on the ground, man. He wants nothing to do on the ground. Or when anytime who oh my goodness, what's that one guy's name? He's like really big in the jiu-jitsu scene. He came to the UFC. Oh, his name is slipping my mind. It was like Ryan something, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember. He was like a really good jiu-jitsu guy. He was hairy as shit, and he was Joe Rogan. Oh my God, Joe Rogan just gets the biggest boner when he sees anybody that specializes in jujitsu, that their base is jujitsu. Oh my goodness, bro, holy shit! Like, yeah, he was like, Ilya wants nothing to do with him with Bryce on the ground, man. I'm telling you, just for Ilya to submit the guy a few moments later. Like, like it just feels like his love for the game is gone. Like it's just not the same anymore. Like go back, bro. Go back to early 2000s, 2010s fight and listen to how different his commentary is. Like look at how different his commentary is compared to now. But I don't know. Maybe he's just got bigger fish to fry.